In the world of professional football, few things stir the pot quite like a division rival eyeing one of your key defensive pieces. I have been monitoring the situation in Philadelphia closely, and there is a significant development brewing regarding the Eagles' secondary. The name at the center of these discussions is Reed Blankenship. As he approaches free agency, the word around the league is that a major NFC East opponent is preparing to make a serious run at him. Specifically, we are hearing that the Dallas Cowboys are looking at Blankenship as a primary target to solidify their back end. This is not just typical offseason chatter. This is a situation where a foundational player for the Eagles could end up wearing a star on his helmet next season. For a team like Philadelphia that prides itself on defensive continuity, losing a homegrown talent to their biggest rival would be a bitter pill to swallow. The reports coming out of the scouting circles suggest that interest is intensifying as the legal tampering window nears. It puts the Eagles' front office in a very difficult position, where they have to weigh his market value against the risk of seeing him twice a year on the opposite sideline.
To understand why this is such a critical story, we have to look at the trajectory of Reed Blankenship's career. He entered the league as an undrafted free agent out of Middle Tennessee State, and frankly, not many people expected him to become a fixture in this defense. But he defied the odds, showing an incredible nose for the ball and a high football IQ that allowed him to outplay more high-profile prospects. Over the last couple of seasons, he has become a reliable safety who can play in the box or roam the deep middle. He has been a stabilizing force for the Eagles' secondary during a period of transition. The reason the Cowboys and other teams are so interested is his consistency. He does not make many mistakes, and he is a sure tackler in space. For Philadelphia, Blankenship represents one of those rare success stories of scouting and development. However, that success comes with a price tag. Because he has outperformed his initial contract by such a wide margin, his market value has skyrocketed. The Eagles now find themselves at a crossroads, needing to decide if they can afford to pay him like a top-tier starter or if they have to let him walk and risk the fallout.
From a tactical and financial standpoint, the loss of Reed Blankenship would create a massive void in the Eagles' defensive scheme. If you look at the salary cap situation, Philadelphia has some room, but they also have several high-profile extensions looming on the horizon. The Cowboys, on the other hand, are desperate for a safety with Blankenship's range and discipline. If Dallas manages to pull this off, it would not only strengthen their defense, but also directly weaken a primary competitor. In Philadelphia, the coaching staff relies on the safeties to be the communicators on the field. Losing that veteran presence in the middle of the field would force the Eagles to either rely on a high draft pick who might not be ready, or search for a veteran replacement in a thin free agent market. We also have to consider the ripple effect on the rest of the roster. If the Eagles overpay to keep Blankenship from going to Dallas, they might lose the flexibility to address their needs at edge rusher or offensive line depth. It is a classic chess match between two front offices that know each other's tendencies very well. My sense is that the Eagles want to keep him, but they have a very specific number in mind that they are hesitant to exceed. As we move closer to the start of the new league year, the tension surrounding this move will only grow. It is a fascinating subplot in the ongoing arms race between Philadelphia and Dallas. My take on this is simple. The Eagles cannot afford to let Blankenship leave for nothing, especially not to the Cowboys. It would be a significant blow to the locker room and the fan base's confidence. We will be watching The Wire very closely to see if Howie Roseman decides to get aggressive with a counteroffer, or if he believes the team can find a cheaper alternative elsewhere. Either way, Reed Blankenship has earned the right to test these waters, and he is about to become a very wealthy man. For those of you following every move this offseason, this is the kind of story that defines the rivalry. I want to hear from you in the comments. Should the Eagles break the bank to keep Blankenship, or is it time to let him move on? Make sure you are subscribed to the channel for more deep dives into these roster moves and the latest insider reports from across the league. Hit that like button if you appreciate this level of analysis, and stay tuned as we continue to track this developing situation in the NFC East.